Don't speak, I don't wanna hear those words. Don't say it all again to me. Don't need to be reminded of all the hurt you've caused. Don't speak if your words will leave me wounded. You shot me with your gun and you left me on the run.
Greetings, nerds. How are we? Pinky says, look, time is made up anyway, but I'm glad you remembered it was Wednesday. Me too. I was doing something incredibly different. I was making Sims 4 mods. So I'm glad that I remembered to do this thing. Let's see. Looking forward to more Dragon Age shenanigans. Hi, Larks. Larks, I finished your the prompt you sent me yesterday. This is like the first Star Wars fic I've written in many years. Okay, so we're gonna do a big old Dragon Age tonight. Issue with computer, but should be able to get it running here in a second. Woo! And nope, not BRB. My face. Hello. You are getting unfiltered M tonight because I desperately do not feel like looking like putting makeup on. I've had a long day. Mostly completing a revision for Ooh, Sims mods. Also, yay, Star Wars fic. I wrote Luke Mara fic. Because Larks prompted me with a Mara Jade prompt. I had not written that in very long time. Nice to know that I can still do those characters. Somebody told me that fic made their day, which I was not expecting. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a pure unfiltered M day, because your M does not desire to put on makeup today. Oh. Because Larks knows me. Yes. Men.
Tube.
Thank you for the tube. I do not need it out of the box.
Putting it back in the box.
Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna continue doing this thing that we've been doing. I think we've been streaming this for like better part of a year now. Yeah, no, that was nice. I hadn't written Star Wars fic in a while. I still got it. I love Mara, man. She's so funny. Just like, yeah, I read it, but I don't know Mara Jade, and I was sleepy, so I said nothing. But it was fun. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah. Well, I mean, at this point, she's a character from 20-year-old novels, and so I know I'm not exactly surprised when people don't know her very well, but it's good. And it took 9 months to leave the hinterlands. It did take 9 months to. It took the gestation of a human child to leave the hinterlands. I don't have my light on. Do that. Woo! Now we're gonna wait for it to load for a million years. While I check Discord. I discovered something dangerous today, guys. And the thing that I discovered is that it's pretty easy to make trait mods for The Sims 4. Like, definitely shouldn't be that easy. Oh, come on, phone. Okay. I was getting dinner. What did I miss? Oh, we were talking about the fic that you prompted me to do. I finished it yesterday, and it was the first Star Wars fic I'd written in like probably a decade. And I was proud of myself. Oh, well. Our soldiers spotted Dorian. Oh, this is a heated debate with a man outside Skyhold. It's the Dorian thing. You're gonna make special traits for all the FA kids, aren't you? Well, what I wanted it for is that I have been, like, refurnishing a... I went to the gallery and somebody had created a pretty decent shell of the palace at Asgard, but I didn't like the inside of it, so I've been, like, redecorating it. And, when I did that, I was like, well, I need to go see if there's any, like, Asgardian trait. And I couldn't find anything, so I was gonna make one. And apparently it's very easy.
Not so sure you want.
Alright, it was super cute. I just read it at work and forgot to reply. Thank you! No worries. I expect no one to reply to my fics. It was just really, I was telling Pinky it was really nice to know that I could still write those characters with some degree of accuracy. It's probably at least 10, probably more like 15 years since I've written Star Wars fanfic. The last one that I wrote in college that I remember. Just walking around up here for no reason, it's fine. I don't know why it feels like fall all of a sudden.
Finally,
Right.
a place for the horses. I forgot about the Ferelden horses.
Oh, that's funny.
That'll do fine.
Hi, Master Dennett. How you doing?
How are your charges? Well supplied?
Oversupplied. Never thought a mountain pass could seem like luxury.
Let's see.
Farewell.
Make her be with you.
The horses! What do we got here, Bonnie Sims?
Lord Inquisitor.
Oh yeah, I can buy influence from you.
I trust good secret was not too coarse. Now that you've come to some good fortune, you deserve an upgrade. As master of the tradesman, I stand ready to supply your every need.
Who or what are the tradesmen?
A following of sympathetic and profit-minded individuals who promote local craftsmen and fair importers. A guild of sorts. Although that implies counter-affiliations we are not interested in crossing. Our purpose in the Inquisition is legitimate and honorable.
Okay,
You will have
cool.
what you need.
What do you bring?
What? Well,
I'm gonna stop listening to you talk now.
not yet.
Segret survived.
About doing good work. It was time arrangements were made.
Why are you a...
I wish to. It is better to remain active.
We'll speak at...
Certain.
Alright, cool. Let's see what you got. Interesting stuff. Looks... Oh, that looks like something that Bull needs. Oh, I don't have enough money to get that for you, Bull, but I want to. Let's see if I can sell some stuff. Always get rid of sigils. Runes aren't really worth much. Nothing there. The Jade Ham! Forgot I got that last time. I always thought she was shady. There probably isn't a reason for it, but I did. Listen, I kind of also feel that way, so you're not alone. don't think I really need either one of these. Okay, so I don't have enough to get that weapon for Bull, but I'm gonna at some point. What do we got here? Ooh, that's another. And that one's got space to upgrade. That's like twice the price. I don't have a... Or, well, I do have an archer, but it's Barrack, and he doesn't do anything but Bianca. Talk to Blackwell, but, like, only kind of.
They died.
I'm just gonna go very
not
quickly.
right.
Cool. Oh, this is just... those guys. Alright, cool. I tend to, like, have that reaction to most of the Orlesians.
Meal of Antievan smoked cheese, and now 3 royals worth of crushed mint. They were right here. I remember seeing someone take them. I can't recall their face.
It was Cole. It was definitely Cole. Just, jogging around Skyhold here for a little while. Josephine? Alright. Head back in here and see what trouble we can cause. Okay, cool. I did not manage to win us either title or lands. I did secure several trade agreements with the Banon for the Inquisition. It does please me more than a castle. Cool. Let's go through here. I should probably go back to the Emerald Graves when we get done here. Do I have another thing? The Cumberland, location of the College of Magi. The outbreak of the Mage Rebellion was the philosophical heart of the Circles of Magi. Now mostly abandoned, it has become a number of refugees. It's drawn the ire of local citizens, and mobs are threatening to assault the college and burn it to the ground. Duke Sandral and Naxos doing nothing to stop them. Inquisition
What happened
agents
in Adamant is a
suspect...
shame. I'm still reeling over the army of demons. Imagine what would have happened if the Inquisitor hadn't arrived.
Lexi says, jog around Skyhole, jump off of Dorian's balcony to Solus's table. You know, typical stuff. It's a Jen! Jen's here! Jen is queen of the nerds, that is true. Let's see. I don't love sending in a force to occupy the college. Evacuate. Diplomacy. Yeah, let's just get him out of there. Oh, I hate this. I hate this one. Yeah, no, we're just gonna leave that alone. Okay, cool. Lord de Rosier has not asked for our allegiance, may we respect our rising might. Lady Tybalt speaks for her investors and is interested in forward-thinking alliances. Let's
At your service.
do that one. I don't know. It's probably a bad idea. Everything I do in this game is probably a bad idea. We're just gonna...
All right.
send the Grey Wardens to do what they're gonna do over there. And... cool. Yes. Jen is definitely queen of the nerds. Can confirm. Okay. Black Bud, what do you want to do today? What are we doing? Don't have enough to do Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts. We did get the thing about Dorian, but we're not going to do it yet. I think I'm going to save that until the end tonight. I wonder if I could go back to the Deep Roads again. Still a lot for us to do in the Emerald Grave, so we'll probably go back there. Got to make breakfast for dinner since I didn't go into the office. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Yeah, let's... My boyfriend, who loves me. And my other 2 boyfriends. Breakfast for dinner is one of the best things ever. After all those years on keto, I'm finally getting to where, like, eggs and bacon are fine with me again. For a while, like, just not eggs, not bacon, but the combination of eggs and bacon was occasionally a little bit... It's still Pride Month. Bring the polycule. It is still Pride Month. We still got a couple of days of Pride Month, and really most of the summer is Pride Month, except for I will be hiding indoors, except for when I have to go out to cons during most of the summer, because it's hot. It is the kind of hot that makes me want to cry right now. Like, tomorrow it's supposed to get up to 105 here, and I'm so upset about it. NASCAR has a street race happening this weekend in Chicago. That's certainly a thing that's happening. Impressive. Okay, come on. This guy. And whatever this quest is.
Oh, Micah be praised. What did you have to trade?
Nothing.
Huh.
Inquisition's giving them out. Enough.
So, this I think is a new one. Chanter each year on the anniversary of his death, should unable to do so this year, or light a candle at the shrine. Is there a candle? Maybe this is not the shrine. At any rate, we're gonna go finding rifts. Oh, there it is. A bunch of major streets are closed off, including Michigan Avenue, where I work. So anyway, my boss said we didn't have to go into the office this week. That's fantastic. Hello, I'm Jack, and I'm adorable. Come on now. There we go. Alright, so... First... wonder if I could get all 3 of them. Let's try. And then... there's 2 over here. Dorian! Need your magic. See if I did it. Okay, so yeah, that did it, and then that one did not work. That one did not work. Okay, but it's fine because we got like 3 over there. Oh! Heck! Come on. So much happening right now. I hope this one is worth many. Stupid ice demons. Whee! Super okay with me. No office and a 4-day weekend after finally passing this class and feeling better about life this week in general. How are you all doing this evening? Yeah, Jen has been working really hard on getting her last class taken care of, and stupid instructors returned an assignment to her like 4 times. It was terrible. I had my assignment returned to me this morning, but the thing that I thought was wrong with it was actually not wrong with it, and there was only one thing that was. So I fixed it and I resubmitted it, and hopefully, here's hoping, I will pass it by tomorrow. Four times! Jen had to do the stupid thing 4 times. That is... Yeah, it was rough, and, like, it was one of those things where, like, Jen is doing coding stuff, which is not my major, and so I couldn't even help. I didn't even know what any of it was supposed to look like. Oh, cool. A shard factory. Seven, wow. Yeah, I spent yesterday basically making a YouTube video cosplaying as corporate Barbie, and I hated every second of it. Okay, there's that, and that. Okay, cool. Got several of them. Many of them are close, as it turns out. Oh, Thinky says I'm alright dealing with the last minute arrival of my nephews. Oh man. Alexa says, sounds like that one doctor who loves to make us redo AFPs. Bacteria floated off the tissue. Yeah, sure, I totally understood what that meant. Jen says, what, you couldn't tell me how to make a cross tabulation square hypothesis test in Python 3? No, ma'am. I can do... My knowledge of Python runs to, like, I can kind of make it do a couple things in Morrowind. And that's it. Most of the Morrowind modding tools run off of Python. And so does the Sims 4 tool that I'm using right now, Jennifer, where you hear when I said I learned a dangerous thing, and that dangerous thing is that it's actually really easy to make trait mods in The Sims 4. Like, really, really easy. Oh, I don't know why I keep collecting these. I'm never gonna get, like, a ton of them, but these are just all so easy to get. Mark says, no, it does not, and the control and tissue are on separate sides. They cannot float from one to the other. My friends are so smart. I'm just an art person. Oh, I understood one of those words. Right there with you, Larks. I also understood like one of the words you said.
How many keys does
Oh, I'm
this
not surprised. I
stupid
just
temple
haven't
have
done it because I
anyway?
do enough bullshit between people. Yeah, no, I decided I wanted something and was gonna look and see how easy it was gonna be to make it myself because I didn't see anything on Mod the Sims or Sims Resource, and then made the unfortunate discovery that there's basically a tool that does it for you, and so now that's gonna be basically everything. Hypothesis. I do understand that word, yes. My goodness. The shards here are densely packed. I need more profits, Laurel. Woo. I really appreciate that you guys are just hanging out here for my, like, screwing around and doing side quest stuff. This is legitimately the longest and most thorough Inquisition playthrough I've ever done. Up there somewhere. See, here's the thing, is that Jen is also a medical person. She's very smart, and more people need to know this. Come here. Okay. Okay, there it is. I swear these things are in the most obnoxious places. Okay, let's see, where... Oh, there's still... two, just like right here. Well, I guess. IDK man, I know that. My boss knows that. I assume she knows it too, but I guess she just likes putting her will on us lab peons. Oh no! I feel I am the resident dumb of the chat, but I'm okay with that. I know nothing and have no thoughts today. It's fascinating watching it. Thank you, like, I don't think you're dumb. You're very creative. You're also very good at, like, artsy stuff. And, like, I'm not gonna self-deprecate today. There's stuff I'm good at. It's just not the stuff they're talking about. And I am glad I have friends who know that junk. Well, Em also couldn't decide on a major until she was, in her 30s. However, I just did a bunch of really similar ones. Oof. Okay, I got that one. Have to get the shards later. I would love to know what it would be like to have the kind of brain that could hyperfixate on biology and not, like, I don't know, what kind of house Tony Stark built for his friends. Those are the things I hyperfixate on. Or whether or not this particular build element in The Sims 4 is something that would exist in the palace at Asgard. Whee! Fair in both cases. I mean, I started as a chem major, but quickly tapped out because of calculus. Listen! All you freaking nerds saying you're not smart but you're really secret science
Careful with
people
trying to escape the war.
baffle me.
Can't trust deserters.
Because the last time I had any inkling of wanting to do a science was like middle school. And that was before I discovered that physics involves math. And math is bad and designed to hurt my feelings. Did English journalism, phlebotomy, and then clinical lab science, network administration, security, accounting, and now data analysis. Oh yeah, no, it's just devolved into everyone talking about how terrible OChem is. I never, ever, ever had a major in which I had to do OChem, but I was very close friends with a nursing major in college, and I remember when she took OChem. That was a all hands on deck, everybody needs to provide support situation. It is a Renaissance person, exactly. Really wanted to get a dual minor with English, but alas, I could not afford it. Thank you, that's the heart of science. You're all secret science people! Telling me you're not smart. Why do you, my question is why do you hang out with me? Oh. I'm the furthest from a science that you could possibly get. You guys are all, like, Tony trying to fix the helicarrier, and I'm Steve going, speak English! Where's that coming from? Not the nugs. Eastwood. That's precious. You're very sweet. Thank you. Oh, I have wandered back into the realm of this endless loop. Trying to get to that rift over there. I'm fine. I'm okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. This rift is gonna drive me nuts. Trying to get to that camp. There's also a rift over there. I don't know how I'm supposed to get to that camp. And this wall exists. Also because science people need humanities friends and I chose to not be a scientist. Thank you. A cover of all disciplines here, I think. It's good for the soul to know people outside your profession. Lest you fall into an echo chamber. That is correct. I was a creative writing major in college. My current major makes me want to fight. Because I am not taking it because I am like deeply passionate about the principles of business. Because I'm getting a master's in business administration right now. I'm taking it because I would like a better job in the future, and I would like to embark on some creative endeavors with some measure of knowledge of how business works. Not because I want to be like a CEO. Unfortunately, that's all they think you want in these classes, and it's the worst. Yeah, I just wish it didn't make me want to break people's teeth. I had to take like 2 weeks of recovery time on my last, like on the managing human capital class, because every time I opened the book, it made me want to have a rage aneurysm. Misery. Yes, Jen was there for this. I just had to share it with the class because holy shit, I hated that stupid fucking class so much. It was basically just a class about how to dehumanize workers. Larksy says, have I told y'all my experience with calculus? You have not. My only experience with calculus is I had, like, the last person I officially dated, named Adam, was like a super genius man. Like, very, very smart. Very, like, overly smart. Too smart for his own good kind of thing. And he... when we were, when I was a freshman, I think he was a junior, and he was taking calculus. And he made a B in calculus. I think it was calculus 2, actually. And he was like, man, I must not have understood it very well. I guess I gotta take it again. And that was, like, very much a we are not the same type moment for me. Oh, what sounds awful? Dating the guy? No, he was actually pretty sweet. Except for, like, the end there. And he was, like, a super mama's boy, which I was not super fond of. His mother hated me. But it was also, like, I was 19. It was a long time ago. Oh. Calculus twice and don't know how I passed it either time. Yeah, like, the most I've done is some pre-calculus math in my undergrad, and I survived that because of calculators. And I want to make it clear, I joke about being bad at math all the time. I'm not bad at it. I understand it. Just getting to the right answer is such an excruciating process that I never want to do it again. Like, it's so hard for my brain to wrap around. I'm not entirely math stupid. I just really, really hate how I feel when I do it. Can't get that. Okay. Marcy says, so, okay, I took Cal 1 in high school as a dual enrollment because there was only 4 of us. It was technically dropped. The professor decided to do it for free and thus didn't care. Because it was online and we didn't get a good instructor, my high school teacher told us that couldn't figure out test questions. I got to college 8 years later when I had to take Calc 2. Oh no! Okay, I'm in the part of the map that gives me a headache now. I need to be somewhere else. Oh, that's an Asterium. Back to Watcher's Reach and run around. That's horrifying, Larks. I hate that. Oh, look, it's Fairbanks. Okay, actually, I am going to take a break real quick. I have to restroom. Since we're on the subject, the break question is going to be, what is the hardest class you took in college? Answer that question in the chat, and we will be right back. All right, nerds, I have returned. Let's see what you had to say, and what you had to say was a lot. Oh, man. Okay, so the question was, what was the hardest class you took in college? Or just the hardest class you ever took. It doesn't have to be college. Start with Quiddies. Quiddies is the hardest class I had was Calculus 3. First time I took it, I had a teacher who spent the first 30 minutes of every class talking about how great he and the Marines were. And then he'd do 2 questions from the book, refused to answer questions until we did the homework first. Yes, first. You couldn't ask for help until you showed him failed homework, and then leave. That's awful. I had the kind of professor once who would like just stand up in front of you and like not talk about the class. But mine would show slideshows of him and his wife on vacation. So that was weird. Jen was talking about was I? Oh, Quiddy, thank you so much for subbing again. The alert didn't go off. Not see the alert go off anyway. But he's been subscribed for 61 months. Wild to me. Finished it. Calculus, I cried every time I had to do homework. It was miserable. Yeah, see, that's the thing about me and math, is like I can get there eventually, but the emotional toll it takes on me, like the way I feel while I'm doing math, is excruciating. Oh, Jen says, y'all don't go to DeVry. The classes weren't full 16-week semesters. It was split into 2 8-week sessions with different classes. So a full, like, 32 weeks of OChem? Gross! But he says, the second time I had too many 4,000 level classes and had to quit because I didn't have... I did not graduate. Like, I had to take college algebra 3 times. For various reasons. I had to drop out of one because of overwhelm constraints. I had to drop out of another one because I had a professor who had such a thick accent that I couldn't understand them. And also, like, no, it wasn't their fault. I just, like, my problems processing math and their stuff didn't mesh. And so that was 2 times, and the very last time I like cried my way through it essentially. And then at the very end, you know how with ADHD you uh when you drink caffeine it puts you to sleep instead of keep you awake. I didn't find that out until I took a 5-hour energy to stay awake the night before that class, and then slept through the final. And I had to beg my professor to let me take that final. Uh, oh, it was a Saturday class. It only met once a week. I had a couple of once a week classes, but they were during the week. Lark says I had an 8-week statistics course, but I'd take that any day over an 8-week OCHEM. 3 hours lecture, 3 hours lab. I didn't. I was a clinical major. That's fair. I tried twice and then left the school completely. Little breakdown. That's when my ex and I moved back in with my parents. There. He says, my second worst class is honestly probably my final education class because it wasn't really a class. Like Mass Effect cabin music. He says it was my student teaching where the teacher hadn't been informed I was coming, who was undergoing cancer treatment, certain things from a certain way, like lights. Now my evaluations were not great because I had set up so she could find the classroom. Then I was left alone with students on the regular, which was fine, but also technically illegal. For the record, 8-week stats also suck, so I feel you, Larks. Yeah, that sounds horrific, thank you. At the end, I had a bit of a breakdown because I couldn't address the observation things, and at home, my sister was pregnant, my grandmother had a collarbone, so I dropped the education minor. Don't blame you. I already changed majors, and I didn't have another semester in me. Yeah, no, I have a story like that. I graduated with an English degree. Hell yeah. Larkson said my easiest class was by far Intro to Programming. The teacher gave us homework questions from the book, which also had the answers back. It was online. The final was just problems. Very few of my college classes, the first go round were on. And says, yeah, for OCHEM we were doing like 4 or 5 chapters per week on our own before lecture, and no exaggeration, 50 homework. Ooh, I cried a lot. Yeah, I would have too. I think the like the hardest class I ever took, this is not an interesting answer, it was just, you know, how much I struggled with it, aside from like obvious like math issues that I have. I took a linguistics class that was just like linguistics 1 or something, and let me tell you, that mess is not easy. I did a lot of those that semester, and the hardest classes I took probably didn't. Well, some of the hardest classes I took probably didn't count towards my degree in the end, because I jumped around so much, and I went to 3 different undergrad schools, so that's fun. No, I had like my first semester away from school. I kind of like I bombed. And I kind of had a little mini breakdown. I was not in good mental health in college. And I kind of had a little mini breakdown, and I went to my my writing advisor and was like, who's the hardest professor you have in the writing class and like in the writing department? And they told me who it was, and I signed up to take like either 2 or 3 of his classes that semester, because I was like, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out with a bang. And then he ended up being like my favorite professor, and he like changed my life, and his classes really weren't that hard. So that's the that was my fun answer to that. But yeah, no, those were. Other than that, it was definitely the math stuff. Math is bad. Okay, let's see. Hi, here's my face again. You guys hearing me okay? Ooh, see that? Feel like your advisor played you. I mean, probably. I had a bad advisor. Well, the problem with all of my initial college problems is that I got bounced around to a couple different advisors. And the very last one I had ended up being an old woman who didn't like computers and wouldn't use them. And she made some, like, catastrophic mistakes in what she told me to take, and it ended up with, like, me not being able to graduate and having to, like, have a complete breakdown and going home and all that jazz. But the advisor that told me to take Professor Christopher's classes, I do feel like they were kind of being a little bit lenient. Now, talking about, like, because you guys are all talking about, like, OChem, and I feel OChem and stats and all these things that are, like, sound legitimately hard. The only other class I can think of that would fit into the category of probably one of the hardest classes I ever took, it's gonna sound ridiculous. It was called History of Comic Book Writing. It's one of the reasons that I love Jack Kirby now. Even before I, like, was a big Captain America fan, because, fun fact, Captain America used to be my least favorite Marvel superhero. A long, long time ago. But the professor who ran that class was the head of the department that I was in, and I still sometimes see him at DragonCon. I had a new advisor every semester. It sucked. I had like 3 and always the worst changing advisors. Yeah. Yeah, no, God, I gotta tell the story about this guy, though. After Dorian finishes talking.
Yes?
Dorian. Look at where we are on the map. Okay, so going entirely the wrong direction. I want to get to this road. Like, I want to get to that area right there. Okay, but that makes sense because Cap in the comics could be exhausting. Yes, he could. And I was at my peak, like, inability to stomach ultra-patriotic stuff. So, like, for the first, like, several years of my experience as a comic book fan, I did not like Captain America. But clearly I have changed my tune. I know very little about Marvel Comics, but I have one favorite character who is also dead. My favorite... To be fair, unless you're talking about Uncle Ben, who stays dead most of the time, most people in Marvel Comics have been dead at some point or another. Most people just in comics. It's just kind of a function of the genre. But no, I have to talk about this professor because he's so freaking cool. So I took his class, and it was really hard, but I worked really hard in it. I wrote a comic book while I was in that class, which was really fun, and I learned how to, like, pitch stuff. But that professor, I was taking that class at the same time. A lot of you guys have heard me tell the story where, like, I was in a class where I basically had to write a novel. And in writing that novel, I was writing a fantasy novel. And the professor of the class where I was writing the fantasy novel did not like genre fiction. She was pretty much... No, I don't want to go in the Viridian. Go past it. Can I go past it? I think so. But yeah, no, in doing that, I had to read some of my fiction aloud to the class. And my professor decided to like dress me down and tell me how I was never going to make it as a writer if I kept writing fantasy. Because no one wants to read fantasy. Nobody buys fantasy. That was the thing she said to me. I had a copy of Harry Potter in my bag. And ended up just kind of dropping it on the table in front of her. And, you know, the class laughed and we moved on. But that really tore me up. Like, it was really embarrassing. And I was really sad about it for a long time. And my comic book teacher, who was also the head of the linguistics department, literally sent me a message that said, fuck her. You keep writing what you're writing. Oh, man. He told me to keep writing what I was writing, and that I had a lot of talent, which he was the kind of person it was hard to get praise from. Like, I felt like he didn't, like, no, he didn't just give out praise like candy. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate. I really want to find out what's over here. A ham! Really? Really? And I did all of that for a grip on a longbow and a ham? Oh yeah, Lark's is a big fan of Kid Loki. When you're becoming a comic fan, though, Cap was either Ultimates Cap is everything you hear, Cap is gonna be Cap making time. Yeah, it was around the time Civil War was coming out. So, I had been introduced to, like, Golden Age Cap, which was, like, I love Golden Age Cap for the pure, like, fuck the Nazis of it all. And then Silver Age Cap was also fine. But then everything else happened. and I don't, like, when I heard that they were making a Civil War movie, I started having flashbacks. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. Jason Todd was part of the Stay Dead rule for a while there. Oh my god, that professor sounds awful. They were. Yeah, Ultimates Cap, man. Amazing. Love it when the head of the department is in your corner. Yeah, no. He personally sent me a message that was just like, fuck her, you're doing great, I read your comic, you're very talented, and it was just very nice to hear. What are you doing? What are you... Oh. That's what. Well, that was just very disappointing. Oh! Eat! Or such a trash fire as a comic series. Ultimate. Yep. Yeah, no, there is a reason that I was not big on Stephen Grant Rogers until he came around in the movies. Because, like, a lot of people... Like, I can go back and read older comics about Cap now and appreciate them. Now, but there are a lot of people who will be like, oh, you only like him because Chris Evans is hot. I'm like, no, screw you. I've always loved Thor. Like, I did not pick up my love of that character because he was suddenly played by Chris Hemsworth. I love the big stupid lightning boy. He's my favorite. But no, I just didn't like Cap in the comics very much because, as you said, he can be exhausting, and Chris made him a lot more likable. Ultimates in general just sucked because it was like, how can we make all these characters worse? Ultimates make comics. Yeah. Did good things for. Listen, I have a lot of, having been somebody who academically studied comics, I have a lot of feelings about people who don't freaking understand The Watchmen. Because that movie also came out when I was in that class. I'm pretty sure. Either while I was in it or right before or right after, like around that time. Okay, we're in much better shape than we were about, like, getting past that stupid wall. Yeah, I'm probably cutting out when I lean away because the mic's not picking me up. It's fine. I'll just try to stay close to it. I have to lean over to read the chat, though. It wasn't just Chris, he was written as a better character. Yeah, exactly. He says, I remember in my first lit class, my professor, who was a poet and wrote a whole ass textbook on semiotics, asked me what my major was. When I told him chemistry, he said, don't give up on this. You're good at it, and I don't think I'll ever forget it. Yeah, I mean, it really means a lot when somebody who's good at it tells you you should. It can be a double-edged sword, because when you get to, you know, 35, 36, and you still haven't done anything with that talent, it can start to feel like you have disappointed people. I struggle with that a lot. But yeah, no, it's always nice. Professor Christopher, the person that I mentioned who's had the hard writing classes, used to be an editor for the New York Times. And one of the reasons I've never quite given up on writing as a profession is that, like, took me aside once and told me that I never needed to give up. And it is a plague upon my psyche now, because I would do anything to make that man proud, because he was basically like a second dad to me. He died while I was, like, in his class. Yeesh. That's not great. Lark says, my comics talk is either raging about Kid Loki's ending or going on long speeches about how Jason Todd is an underappreciated and underused character. Listen, I don't know a ton about the Bat Fam, but I do have very strong feelings on how Bruce Wayne is not a good character by himself. He needs other people around him, and he needs plenty of people to point out what a ridiculous drama queen he is, because otherwise he's just like a billionaire superhero fantasy. Okay. Whee! There's 3. Cool. 1 there and 1 there. Just get this one. Neat. Nope. I do not entirely remember how that ended. Because while I am a big fan of the Sweet Thunder Boy, I have not read all of his comics. I also was allergic to Loki for a very long time. Like, literally have despised the character for about 9 years, 10 years, maybe longer than that, and did not actually like him until the show came out. That's a freaking good show, man. Jen could do a TED Talk on Hawkeye or Deadpool. Clarks, give us both the rants. I don't know anything about either of those things, but I love listening to my friends talk about them. Yeah, no, feel free to rant about anything you like in here. This is a special interest safe space. Listen, as somebody who gets front row seats to Jen's TED Talks, or Jen Talks as I like to call them, they are always entertaining, and I will never say no to one, even if I have no idea what I'm doing. I could give an epic rant on how Thor was treated in the last half of the Infinity Saga, and how The Dark World is actually a better movie than most people give it credit for. It is probably my favorite of the Thor movies. And everybody gives it such crap, and they are all wrong. Okay, now I need to go there. I want Jen's Hawkeye TED Talk. I only read a few of Fraction's Hawkeye run and enjoyed it, so I want to know more. Jen talks, aka Jen gets drunk and yells about Charles de Gaulle and how the French are always right. Yeah, I've heard that one a couple times. And I honestly will probably never get tired of it. Okay, so I don't need to hop in the water. Don't need to do that. I just need to go this way, I guess. I like Dark World because Eccleston is in it, but also because it is a good movie. It is! It's got some definite problems, like, I can also talk about those, but I loved seeing the inside of Asgard. She says as she's spent the last 48 hours painstakingly building Asgard's palace in The Sims 4. Okay. Is this that wall again? Or am I just going crazy? No, this is a new place. This is the other side. Good. Yeah, they did kind of underutilize Chris Eccleston in that movie. Like, they could have done a little bit more with that character, but they cut a lot of stuff for time. Like that weird yellowish green realm that they were in at the end of the movie was actually supposed to be like the place the Dark Elves came from. And it was supposed to like have a lot more signs of ruin, and it had like degraded over time. Well, what I have done is that I have gone and found like someone else built like the structure, and I gutted it. Like I took out all of the inner walls and just sort of left what they've got, and I have put just a shit ton of custom content in there. So unless you have all the same custom content as me, it will not show up, but I can try and get it to you. I might be able to make a list. I have not completed it yet, so we shall see. We will give credit to the person who built the shell, because they took like some debug objects in order to make the like triangle shape of the palace, and then I just gutted everything else. I didn't like anything else about it, because it was using that eye-bleedingly bright gold wallpaper and floor, and that's not what I've also been building a location that only exists in a single family assembled story so that I can envision it in my brain. Okay, I haven't actually gotten the game yet anyway. Yeah, I will let you know when it is finished. I highly doubt that it will be replicable, but we shall see. I will make a video using that same that thing that Karen and Connie use to show the ends of it so that you can see the inside of it. Hey, cool. Yay! Found camp! Okay. I'm gonna chair stream you for a second because I gotta run to the restroom. Okay, I'm back. For not building fake locations. Yep. He says, I'm a terrible builder in The Sims, but it's fun to try. You know what'll make you a less terrible builder in The Sims? Watching Karen and Connie gaming. They have a lot of... They're really fun. Like, they are a great, like, soothing YouTube channel to leave on. They're very fun, and there's a lot of Sims building tips. Jen and I have both been watching them, and we would like to try and set up a Sims we would like to try and do a Sims setup like they do, but remotely, so that we can make stuff like that, because we would like to do that for you guys. Aaron and Connie are very good. I will probably see if I can show off the Sims here. We might do Sims on Friday. We'll see. I'm still trying to fix Morrowind because I broke it. Yeah, absolutely. It's Karen, Caryn, and Connie Gaming. And they're just very good and funny and sweet. I hear a dragon. If I recall correctly, I'm not at all prepared to fight the dragon that lives here. So I'm just gonna ignore it. And they have a mod that they use at the ends of their build that records like each room, and it kind of moves the camera automatically through each room to record. So I will try to do that when I'm finished with the Asgard build. No, I don't want to change party. I want to find the last camp. So that I can transport around this map without things being annoying. Actually, let's go do the rift. Ooh. Oh, there they are! Yeah, Jen and I have become stans. We would really like to do some stuff in their style for you guys. Eventually we will have Bestie Night again, when both of us are less stressed out. Okay. Oop. Oop. Yeah, after I started watching their channel, I spent several days doing a 3x3 challenge. That was one of my first videos of theirs that I watched. Okay, yeah, there's two right there. And I can't get all the way there. That one's already out. It's fine. Okay, cool. No! Rage demon! Oh, that was Dorian. That's why it felt weird. Oh. Well, it's not just you, Jen. I have also been incredibly tired. Like, I took, you guys will notice, I took Friday night off last week. Because I just was completely overloaded on this last week of school stuff. So, we have both had a time with school stuff lately. Jen more than me, but Saturday was, I think, the day that your thing got returned again, so we were not going to do Strebs that day. That's a big old bear. I was fine with not streaming that day. Woo! Your girl was tired. Although I'm very proud of how well I've stuck to the schedule this year. Done it a lot more, which I'm very proud of myself for. Okay. Goodbye, bear. I can see if you have some special hide for me to take or something. Yep. Now, I will do those as I come to it, but I would like to do... Oh, auto check. Ah! Sometimes you just have to let yourself melt down because there's no other option. You are not wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go after the rift. It's fine. Wanted to get that other amp, but... We have plans eventually to do ESO again.
Enemy!
Yeah, that's right. I am your enemy. However, I am adorable, so I can see how you would be confused. Hey, maybe don't do that. So you guys are high level. I will invite you to sit at my rift table and eat some rift. Varric slightly approves. I like it when Varric approves of me. Hey.
Should we look around?
Okay, well, is it up or is it? I can't tell. Eek. Oh. Oh, this is the map thing. Cool. Got some influence for finding a belt in the ground. Why not? Had a really rough week at work while getting my project returned twice, and woke up from a nap on Saturday to see it was returned again, and I just broke. Yeah, it was a lot for a Saturday. I emailed my teacher and then did jokes about it. Yeah, we had a pretty chill Saturday. It was nice. I don't know why I did that, but it's okay. I activated my Pete button. I don't know why I decided to attack this creature. It didn't attack me. I think I thought it was a bear. It was not a bear. Another great bear over there. Well. At 4 XP, I think there is another great bear. Yep. That was a Bronto. I love how they're just like going after the Hala. Like Iron Bull, my man. Priorities. Please deal with the giant bear first. Since this evening I'm playing Pioneers of Olive Town and hanging out with Mishka and Mishka the Wounded Warrior. He had a nail trim incident, it's fine. Aw. Point when things are like just have too much health. Like this is not strategic or fun to kill. This is just doing a murder, a very slow murder. Lark says I'm rapidly losing my fight with consciousness, so I'm going to have to get off for the night. Night, guys. Good luck. Good seeing you. Love you, Larks. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Sleep well. We probably got about another half hour in us and then we'll be done. Sorry, this has been just another, like, collecting energy stream. Wow, that bear exploded. That was an exploding bear. Okay, wait. Is there a shard up there? Probably is. Or a thing. Something. Okay, cool. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, hate that. Not gonna read that out loud. Just gonna move on. Alright, let's go do this. Go do this big rift. Whee! Rude. Okay. Keep leaving them in big clusters. Of those. Let's actually... Annoying. No. Okay. Back. See if we can actually get these. I don't think you can do two. Dorian cannot reach anything. There we go. These two. Huh, all but one. That's always satisfying. Whee! Yeah, I think he's still sore, but on the whole, I think we were more traumatized than he was. Probably, because you're both adorable. Okay, cool. 200 influence. This is a chateau. Let's see what's in here. Where's the other side of the chateau that we came from before? Curious. We'll check this out, and then after we're done with this,
Impressive place.
And quiet. Looks like it's been abandoned for a while.
Yeah, we'll check this out, and then we'll wind down for the evening. Oh, is it haunted? Are we haunted in here?
How cheery.
Oh, cool.
From the looks of their clothes, I'd say these men were looters.
So, trespassing ends well here.
Nice. Super haunted then. Okay. Feared by the dog lords. Oh, set him on fire. That means he did a war crime. This is fun with Cole. I can probably leave and go get Cole and come back. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Can we leave? Is leaving possible? We could go do that thing with Dorian. War crime guy. There's the war crime guy. No. I'm not sure how to get out, so I'm just gonna keep going. Ooh, servant's quarters. Do the amulet, do the sex scene. Okay, well, let me see,
Should we look around?
Dorian, I'm trying to bang you. Just not sure where I am. Okay, there's the door. Jen was very excited. God bless the creative director who was like, yes, what this game needs is a wide shot of Dorian Thump's naked ass. Okay, so I don't know about Amulet, but I did get, like, a quest about Dorian. This one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is an amulet. Okay, so, cool. No. Alright. Here. Dorian is the best, man. I do miss Cullen, but this has also been a very fun playthrough. You like being a magic twink. Amulet of sexy times. Oh.
They'll appoint a new divine soon. One who'll make you stand up for us instead of protecting.
Okay, cool.
Inquisitor. Good, good. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
What? Is that why we're here? How do you even know about the amulet? I hope you aren't intending to help me get it back. I can do this myself.
I apologize, but that won't be possible. Do forgive me, Inquisitor. But when I heard of your association with Monsieur Pavas, I could not resist. You see, the young man sold me a rather valuable amulet many months ago. Then he returned, asking to buy it back. Why would I simply sell it? Not only is it useful, there are others who could offer much more.
You
You're
loathsome
so
little
mad.
cretin. That's why you were so stubborn.
There is no need for insults, monsieur. I am interested only in doing good
Your
business.
face is an insult.
Aren't you a merchant? Why not just sell it back?
I am not a fence, monsieur. I only bought your friend's amulet because of what it is. I do business in the Imperium. Having a birthright, even one not your own, is most useful in select situations.
Yeah, I bet it is.
He's got the right of it there.
That's why I gave the young man so much. If he relinquished it, how is that my doing?
You want something from me. What would you like?
The Ligue de Celestine is an organization of wealthy noblemen in Orlais. I would join, but I lack the lineage. If someone like you applied pressure, they would admit me. That would be worth the return of the amulet.
What do you think, Dorian?
Leave the man be. I got myself into this. I should get myself out of it.
Perhaps you should accept your friend's help, monsieur.
Kafas, I know what you think, and he's not my friend. He's... Never mind what he is.
As you
He's
desire.
exactly what you think he
You say
is!
that is a price. I shall accept no other.
Okay. So what is the correct option here? I'm gonna have... This is gonna be another thing I'm gonna have to look up, because... I'm not sure exactly. What is he, Dorian? I'm also keeping an eye on the chat in case Jen tries to tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. But sometimes there is delay between the chat and what is going on the screen. Come on. I know you can load. Oh, yeah. Oh. Genuinely don't remember this time. Good to know. That's okay. I found a guide. Let's see. Dorian will slightly approve if you agree. Okay, so you can't kill him. Let me done if the Inquisitor is a Kunari or a non-mage Trevelyan, or if you earlier black. Okay, so we haven't even done that part yet. So I think agree. Okay, so the only thing to get him to slightly approve of is to agree to the terms, really. It's all a blur until I get to how bad do you want to be.
Very well. I'll do as you ask.
What? You're going to give in to this cretin?
Do you want your amulet back?
Yes, I do. I simply...
Much obliged, your worship. The moment I receive an invitation from the League, I'll have the amulet delivered. It's been an honor doing business with you.
Influence mongering.
Yeah,
I don't want to be in your debt.
you can either agree or disagree and he'll
You don't
approve.
think... I don't want to discuss it.
Yeah, he's not happy, but if you try and do the other thing that was available, then he will stop talking to you, and you will not be able to finish the romance. Let's go see how long it takes at the war table to do this operation. He's mad. My boyfriend is mad. Okay, so the next thing you do is you go do this war table operation to help the dude. Like, he gets pissy but doesn't actually disapprove of you, which is better than if you kill the guy. Yeah, upset is the best option, really. Mostly because he's got enormous issues, so... Okay, so I think it's probably over here somewhere. Oh. That, but... Why does it say busy? Because... Huh. Well, friends, we may have to wait until next time to do it, because it's, not allowing me to... Yeah, this one doesn't even give remaining time left. Not allowing me to do anything about it. Yeah. We're at right about the 2-hour mark. I bet you need Josephine. Yeah, probably. We're right about the 2-hour mark, so we can save that for next time. I think only Josephine can do it. That makes sense. So I'm going to save here right outside this, and then that way we'll be right there so that we can activate it first thing next time. And then hopefully by the end of the next Dragon Age stream, we'll be able to bang Dorian. So thank you for hanging out with me for another edition of Boyfriend Quest 3000. Dorian sex next time. Exactly. We will be back on Friday with something. It could be Sims. It's either going to be The Sims or Morrowind, basically. So as always, stay safe, stay sane, wash your hands, and